Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today I thought I'd do something different. You may have seen in recent videos where I did color fill on my Canik Mete MC9, and I'll just show you that quick. You can see the gold color fill. That is a 24 karat gold fill. Top of the slide there, you can see that, and then you can also see where it says prime right there. Now it's a little darkened just because I've been shooting this and there is some residual gunpowder, whatever you want to call it. So it needs to be cleaned, but I thought that turned out very well. So today I'm going to do a little color fill on the Tanfolio Defiant Stock 1, and you can see that we've got the, there we go, Defiant, and then we've got the manufacturing location, stock 1 up here on the slide, and then on the other side we have the serial number, and it says caliber 9x19. So we're going to do that today, and I thought I would just bring you through the process on how this is done. Now quickly I'm going to go over some things, some supplies that you're going to need. I use a Q-tip. The paint that I use is the Deco Art. I actually got this off from Amazon for like $5 or $6, and it is the 24 karat gold fill. So that's a really nice, very nice looking paint. You can also use nail polish. If you've ever searched this topic out on YouTube before, you can use nail polish and stuff like that, which works really well. But I was really impressed with the 24 karat gold option. I thought that looked really good, especially on the Canik Mete. A couple of things that you're going to need is I've got some, these are used for cleaning off makeup and other things, cleaning your face and whatever. So I got a couple of those. Those will be used to initially clean off the paint, the excess paint off the slide. And in combination with that, I will use some nail polish remover. Now, I've heard that using the non-chlorinated version of that is probably the best to go with. I didn't see any changes in like slide coloration or anything like that with non-chlorinated, but I'm not 100% sure whether this is non-chlorinated or not. So if I had a choice, I would find the non-chlorinated, just because people say that, you know, it could discolor your slide or whatever. I'm not sure that that's true or not. So anyway, the other thing I'm going to use is some paper towel, and that will be used to wipe off the excess, but also dry basically the slide in between coats. So what you want to do is basically take your slide, clean it with some nail polish cleaner, and then start the process of using the paint and stuff. And then what I would do is I'm going to leave about 30 seconds in between letting the paint dry on the slide before I clean it off. So let's get down to it. I don't want to make this video too complicated or too long. So let's go. So the first thing I'm going to do is put some nail polish remover, cleaner, whatever you want to call it, on my little pad here. And I just want to make sure that I clean up those areas that I'm going to lay the paint down. Okay, so I did that side, gonna get this side. I probably will not hit this section right there. I don't think that's necessary. Plus my slide safety kind of gets in the way there. So now that I've got that clean, you can see that it is wet. And I'm actually gonna reuse this. I'm going to reuse this one so I can clean off paint. So I'm going to take half a paper towel and just make sure that that's dry. And that should clean the slide pretty well. This Tanfolio is a Italian copy of the CZ Shadow 2, I believe. But it is a really nice smooth shooting gun, and so there you go. It's nice and clean. And so I'm going to start with this side here, and what I'm going to do is, now if I had a milk cap, actually I just might pour it right into, let me just get this out of the way. I'm going to take a little bit of this paint and just pour it into here. You don't need a lot. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this paint far away so that I do not tip it. So you can see that the paint is in there. And so let's go to it. See if we can get this closer. You can see that. And so I'm going to take a Q-tip and I am going to simply dab over the top where the letters are. And we're going to go through this process a number of times. I think with the Canic Prime, I think I did that. I painted over it, did the process like 15 times. And that really brings out those letters, makes them stand out even more. And so that's what I did. So you can see that. I mean, it's nothing exemplary. It doesn't resemble much right now, but it's going to look good in the end. Hopefully that hopefully the lettering, the numbering, all that good stuff is deep enough that it does indeed take the fill. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait about 30 seconds. Okay. I'm not going to lay this down on the mat just because I do not want to get my new O-Site mat all dirty and full of paint, I should say, not dirty. And so we're going to wait about 30 seconds and see what happens here. But again, we're going to do this a number of times. I don't think that I need to do 15 steps in front of the camera for you. You'll get the idea. But it's the same process that you will follow throughout the... I'm going to take the cap there. Look at that. I'll lean it just like that. Same steps you're going to follow for each of the stages and go from there. So I've got my freshly dabbed facial cleaner and I've got my paper towel. And so it's been maybe 15, it's probably been about 20 seconds. We'll wait another 10 seconds to make sure that this is nice and clean. So again, this is a Tanfoglio Defiant Stock 1. It is a phenomenal gun. I've got lock grips on it, which make a huge difference. I think I would have went with the more, what do they call them? The palm swell version of those. And, but, so we'll just see what this looks like. I'm not sure it's going to take. Dang it. Okay, so for this first round, it looks like the stock 1 portion, we got some fill in there, but it's not enough. Let me just tip it. So you got some, you did get some fill in the where it's manufactured, and I do see a hint of the gold sitting inside of the stock 1, and hopefully that's coming up. So we're going to flip the other side and see if we can clean this off. And maybe you have a little too much of the nail polish remover, so I'm going to simply take the other one and kind of dab it onto, yeah, it's a little wet. There we go. Dab it onto my other thing there, and we're gonna simply wipe it off. Okay, so we do have some fill within the manufacturer. It looks like the manufacturer piece, manufacturer and serial number is a little deeper than the cuts on the, so you can see it, the color is filling in the serial number there. And so let's do it again, and let's just see if we can get more color to stick inside of these other areas. The other thing that you want to be just kind of be leery about, and it does look like it's filling in. So we're not going to use so much of the nail polish remover on this next step. And I'm actually pushing a little harder into the grooves, into the lettering, so that hopefully I can get a good covering in there. Okay, stick with me. And let's do this one again. I may have enough color on here, yep. So another little hint is that oops, is to make sure that you're going multiple ways. For this for this session right here, I'm pushing my paint this way into the grooves. And so let's see if that makes a difference with these really light lettering. And I'm gonna make sure that I let that dry pretty well. In fact, I think I'm gonna sit there and hit this one again. Anyway, I was going to say that be careful if you have slide cuts. Like this one, my cuts are further up here. They're deep. They're further away from the material that I'm working on. And if you get those in your slide cuts, it's going to take a little bit longer to clean that stuff out of those slide cuts. So let's let this dry. We'll come back and we'll clean them off. All right, so you can see, hopefully you can see, that it is starting to fill in a little bit better. Definitely the lettering on the lower portion of the slide fills in really nicely. Looks like I'll have to hit the Texas a little bit better. But if we flip to the other side, and you can see the stock one is showing up too. So we're going to continue to hit this. Let's flip to the other side. You can see the serial number. I'm going to wipe this off. I've got some excess. The serial number is turning out really nice, so you can tell that that is definitely cheaper, not cheaper, deeper than. Let me just. The lighting is horrible. There we go. 9x19, Cal 9x19. But that's filling in really nice. The other trick that you could use to actually do a pre-wipe or pre-clean is you can use a like a credit card. Old credit card, and just kind of swipe that away. So let's do that quick. And we started with this side, so we're going to do it again. I'm happy with this piece here. So we're just going to go. The Texas, I think, needs to be cleaned up. There we go. And then the Defiance looking good. That S is not picking up so well. And either is the I, but let's see if we can get it in there. All right, so let's use this credit card method and have a paper towel handy. And so what you want to do is just go like this, which, depending on how good your credit card is, there we go. Okay, so you can see that cleans it up a little bit. Let me just use this edge here. Sorry if I'm in the way. So that's just kind of a pre-clean, and you can see that it does leave a little bit of that paint inside the in the lettering a little better than taking that out. So let's set that aside, and you can see, and I'll clean that up, but you can see that the stock one is actually starting to look a little better. That credit card method may work better for some lettering, especially that light stuff. And so let's do the same over here. You know, honestly, the serial number portion of it is turning out really well. And so I'm going to do this a little bit off camera so that I can see a little bit better. Apply a little bit more pressure. Use a paper towel to clean that off. You don't need to smudge it all over your slide. But essentially, the credit card is getting a lot of the residual off the slide. And so, yeah, that's working a whole lot better. But like I said, it could take 15 to 20 times. We're going to let that dry. And you can see right there that it's starting to fill in a whole lot better. And now when we go to use the fingernail polish, that'll clean it up really nice. So we're going to let that dry. And even the stock one is looking pretty good. So let's let that dry, and we'll come back and we'll clean it off. Okay, here we go. I just cleaned that up, and it is starting to look way better. So you can see the stock one is showing up 100% better. And of course, the deeper grooved location is showing up pretty well as the Cal designation and serial number there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this again, and I'm going to continue to do that off camera, and then I'll just bring you back the results just to see that it does get much nicer as the process moves on. So see you in a few minutes. Okay, final result. I probably went through this at least 15 different times. It is pretty light engraved lettering, but regardless, it did show up. And that's the, there we go, stock one. So it did add a mild fill to it, which looks pretty decent. I guess I am happy with that. Again, you can see where the manufacturer really put a deeper engraving into the slide, the lower portion of the slide. But I do like how it came out. You can actually read it. And so, yeah, it looks nice. So a lot of other manufacturers that are out there, as far as gum manufacturers, will put a deeper groove, deeper lettering. I mean, you can totally tell with the Canic, it came out really nice, and that is some deep lettering that they have on their pistols. And so that filled in really nice. So I'm happy with that. It is the, like I said, 24 karat gold lettering in there. Fill, I should say. And so hopefully you guys can see that okay. It's not overwhelming, and comes out nice. So there you go, step-by-step guide on how to color fill. That was the main intent of the video, and so hopefully you guys found some value in that. Let me know. Put some comments down below if you have any tricks or tips that you have found that work really well with color filling. I'd be glad to hear those. Any questions, please add them. As always, smash that like button and make sure that you are subscribed to this channel. I continue to put out some videos and shorts, and so check those things out. And I am always looking for sponsors for this video, so any sponsors out there, let me know. I hope to engage a wider audience. I'm at like 1,600 subscribers. And so I'd really like to expand that fan base and put out content that you guys really enjoy. So anyway, you guys have a fantastic day, and hope again that you found this of value. See ya.